Finally, it took me a while, but I've made it. Today I will tell you a short story about implementing story in my game. Let's go! In my previous video I've introduced you into the evolution of Tanima. I've missed the part related to the plot and exploration, so this one will focus on it. Funny thing is that the solution described at the end is similar to what I once used as a professional healthcare software engineer. The word is weird, you know. Let's go back in time for a moment. Long time ago I was experimenting with a few approaches. First was the simple mix of roguelike and storytelling. Dungeons generated randomly and the story is sprinkled around. I don't have to tell you how bad it was. Next I decided to add some Metroidvania elements. It looked promising until it started to overwhelm the roguelike part. As they were fighting, Zelda-like Static Ward joined the party. "Hey guys, maybe we should make a peace," said storytelling. "You know what? Yeah, you are right, we don't need you anymore. The dark ages of Tanima were about to come. You go here, you go here, and you go here. And maybe a little of you here, and you here, and you also here. Where are you going? Come back here." This image shows how clear and consistent the Tanima game design is. Before moving forward, let's analyze some other roguelite with heavy plot that we all know and love. Hades. It's always better to use some well-known example. You wake up in your home. Let's name it the hub. There are some dialogues with NPCs and permanent upgrades. You go into the dungeon. Dungeon is a set of dungeon floors. Each floor is a set of rooms. Rooms are connected by the doors at the end. You can choose one next room and you can't go back. The icon on the door tells you what is on the other side. It gives you a choice. From time to time there is some storytelling, like meeting new NPC. Rather light and non-invasive, I would say. The floor always ends up in the boss fight, with some storytelling and the entrance to the next floor. At some point, you die. You respawn in the hub and repeat the loop. Hades is a great game and honestly I like this approach. It's kinda smart. Later I will show you why. Now let's do the same thing with Tanima. You wake up in the Bastion. There are some little dialogues with NPC and permanent upgrades. You go into the dungeon. Dungeon is a set of biomes. Biome is a set of dungeon floors. Floors can be generated or predefined. You can move freely between the biomes as long as you can open the path. Each floor is a set of rooms. Rooms are loosely connected to each other and they form branches. You can move between rooms on the same floor, but you can't go back to the previous floor. Sometimes there are special storytelling rooms, and at the end of each branch there is an entrance to the next floor. Next floor can be a standard floor, the boss fight, or the quest floor. Quest floors are mostly predefined and they disappear after the quest end. At some point, you die. You respawn in the Bastion. The Bastion grows along with the plot. Before the next run, you can choose starting dungeon configuration. Taking one of these minions changes the biome of the dungeon, adds special rooms, or grants some useful abilities. Sometimes dungeon branches will be blocked and you will have to unlock and select the correct configuration in order to proceed. Story is non-linear, by the way. Do you know what is hard in such approach? Getting subscribers. No. Maintaining the storyline. Let's take a look at my solution. For now there are 4 types of story events that can occur. Main dungeon event. It can be some scenario in the main dungeon. Sub-dungeon event. Some big scenario in the separate dungeon, in Bastion event, usually small scenario after death, and dialogue with Tanima, triggered while exploring the dungeon. Player is talking with Tanima casually from time to time, but this one here is also moving the plot forward. All of them are called the story fragments. Let's go inside. Story fragment consists of the trigger and scenario, which is the set of scenario parts. Why split, you ask? Sometimes we want to skip some revisited parts in order to not watch the same scene again. That's why. Let's go deeper. Each scenario part is a set of scenario steps. Scenario steps are predefined procedures that describes what is going on. If we go deeper, we will see a lot of bugs. We are too deep. Let's go back. Story fragments are grouped in the stories. Ending of the story can trigger start of another one. Stories compose into the Tanima story. It may be not visible here, but the storyline looks like a graph, something like this. The hardest part here is to implement it in the code. Everything looks easy in PowerPoint. Usage of a simple if statement is okay for a few entities, but not for the whole Tanima story. I needed more firepower. But what could what I do. Graphs are the best to describe such relationships. What if I could use it somehow? Yeah, that should work. What you can see here is a compile time graphic DSL. I was using something similar to implement medical data processing long time ago. This one example is simple and linear for now, of course, but it will evolve along with the content of the game. Maybe later I will integrate this solution with some visualization tools like Plan2ML. Our brains are much better when thinking visually. What's smart in the Hades and Tanima design is something that we call the encapsulation. Everything is much easier when the story is closed in some small hermetic chunks rather than just scattered around big open world. There is one important question to ask. Where can you wishlist Tanima? No, it's not that. The question is, can I just casually play Tanima ignoring the plot? The answer is yes, you can. I love how the Binding of Isaac solved it. You can always go forward, ignoring all of these things that this video is about, but you won't get the full ending when doing so. Each successful run should add more content to the game, and each finished quest as well. When I play these kind of games, I want to go deeper into the game story when playing alone, but sometimes I want to relax and play casually when, for example, playing with my girlfriend. As you know, I am making the game that I would love to play, so I will make sure to have fun while playing. So selfish, I know. I have a last question for you. What do you like about story and plot in the games?